What's up, guys? Today I'm filming my June wrap-up and July TBR for the year of 2016. I unfortunately only completed 2 books this month, but I'm actually okay with that because I know that I'm getting back into reading and that I will hopefully read more next month. So I'm okay with that number, and I started a 3rd book. In the month of June, I finally finished A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, and I rated this 4 stars. Mainly, I enjoyed it. The plot was interesting, and I actually grew to like Feyre as a character, but there were a couple problems that made me knock a star off. One is that it was highly romance-based in some parts, which I'm not really a fan of romance, and not that romance is necessarily bad, but I'm just not a fan of romance, so that kind of bothered me. Another thing was that there were time skips in the plot that made it feel somewhat disjointed in parts. And then another thing with the plot is that I feel like, even though this is a series and it's totally not even over yet, I feel like the ending of this book just sort of like wrapped up a little bit too conveniently. Overall, I did enjoy it, and I will most likely be continuing the series, but possibly from like the library or something. And the only other book that I completed in the month of June, I borrowed as an ebook from the library, so I don't have it physically to hold, but it was I Crawl Through It by A.S. King, and I ended up rating this 3 stars only. Sadly, I was actually sort of disappointed by this book. I had high expectations for it since it was A.S. King, and I was sort of disappointed by this book for various reasons. One is I could not connect emotionally to it whatsoever. The characters, they were not introduced at all in the beginning. You're just sort of thrust into their point of views, so you don't really get to care about them as much as characters in A.S. King's other books. Like, I instantly fell in love with the point of views of Verdites, Gloria O'Brien, Astrid Jones, to name a few. I just could not connect emotionally with any of the characters, so that was a big factor. Another main factor was that it was really weird. Not that weirdness is bad. One of the weirdest books I've ever read. And the reason why that was a bad thing for me is because it made some things really confusing in the book. There were some metaphors that I didn't really understand. Like, one girl kept saying, like, "Oh, I swallowed myself." I'm like, the fuck are you saying? Like, but the writing was still good, as with any A.S. King book. I mean, she is a good author. I think it was just a hit or miss type of book, and it was a miss for me. I have a full review on my Goodreads that delves into it deeper. And then I started 10,000 Skies Above You by Claudia Gray, the 2nd book in the Firebird trilogy, and I am currently 80 pages into it, and so far I'm really enjoying it. As for my July TBR, obviously 10,000 Skies Above You will be my first priority since I've already started it. And I have my sights set on 3 other books in particular. The first one is The Vault of Dreamers by Kara M. O'Brien. Basically, what this book is about, if you didn't see my other video with this book featured in it, is about this girl who is going to this place called the Forge School, which is basically an art school, but you're filmed, and it's sort of like a reality show format, and you can actually get kicked out of the school if you don't have enough fans, and it just sounds really intriguing. I actually want to read Ignite Me this month. I feel like I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready to finish this series. I'm pretty sure I saw a spoiler on this on the internet, except it wasn't like a spoiler like, oh, so-and-so dies. It was like some random spoiler of like an event, but not like an important one, I don't think. I don't even know if it was true or not, but anyway, that just kind of made me want to read this because I don't want to get spoiled, and also just to have closure because I haven't read any books of this series in a while, so I feel like it's time to finish it. And the last book that I have my sights set on for July is Ensnared by A.G. Howard, and this is the final book in the Splintered series. Actually, no, it's not. There's like a 3.5 novel after this, so it's not but it's the last book in like the main trilogy. Again, last book in a series almost, to get closure. And also because when was the last time I read a book of this series? I'm pretty sure it was late 2015, or was it summer 2015? I don't even know, but I want to get back in this world and work on finishing this series. So that is it for this video. What did you read in June? I would like to know, and I will see you in my next video, whenever that, my next video. Bye!